Welcome back. Country music star Miranda Lambert, who we love, recently revealed the best compliment she's ever received, and it is definitely not what we would expect. While being interviewed for Cosmopolitan's first ever country issue, Lambert says someone told her they threw away their scale because of her. The person told Miranda that she made her realize that weight doesn't define beauty. So this got us thinking about compliments that really meant the most to us, so we thought we would share. I'll go first because this is probably the favorite thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Someone once told me that I was too pretty to work and that I should just marry a rich man.
Oh, that's the ultimate backhanded compliment.
Exactly, and that made me work harder. Because someone told me that right as I was starting in my radio job, and I was like, no. Why would I?
No kidding.
What?
I got told that once when I was just starting out too, by my former news director.
Really?
Many years ago, yep.
It's such an insult. Like, it's
Yeah,
not a compliment.
it is.
You said what?
No, when I got my first full-time job in TV news in Lexington, Kentucky, I went from Dayton, Ohio to Lexington, Kentucky, and my news director in Dayton, and I was 21 years old. And my news director said, "Oh, that's a good career move for you. There are a lot of rich horse farmers down there. If you play your cards right, you can find a rich husband down there." That was his career advice to
There's
me.
nothing wrong with that.
But that was a different generation too.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because a lot of older people
Doesn't mean you
do
can't
believe
still
that.
work.
They
Yeah.
do believe. I mean, you know, women do find a man who takes care of them. They aren't going into the workforce. So that's a different generation. So
Oh, I know,
can
but
see
it wasn't
being said.
Yeah, but like you don't say that. I didn't think you should say that to someone who's excited about starting a new
Yeah.
job.
Someone
Like,
you just
how about
hired.
some advice about doing the job? Yeah,
And doing it well.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So anyway,
What about you?
I give a lot of unwarranted advice to people, or lots of advice.
Never.
I
Not
do,
to this
I do.
table.
But sometimes it's actually appreciated. I have a really good friend of mine who went into business on her own and wanted to start a small business. And she said to me, yeah, I decided to do it. Don't you remember? You told me I should just do it. And after you told me that, I just did it. And I went, I did? What? And sometimes we have an impact on people that you don't really realize. And I still remember that to this day.
I think people that are really not in your you know, immediate circle, your family and your close friends, people that are outside of your box are able to impact you, I think, a little bit more than people that are in your circle. You know, so somebody from the outside like you, just in being at work, or I feel like they impact you a little bit more. So I don't know.
yeah,
At
you
least
might
for
remember
me, I
those
don't
words
know,
a little longer. Like, yeah, I still remember those words that man said to me. And that, you know, he was not a close figure in my life. You're right.
Yeah, so it impacted you. Yeah, I had a woman actually, she was an older woman, and she had said something to me a long time ago, and she said, luckily your brain exceeds your beauty, because your beauty will fade, and trust me, your beauty will fade. And I'm like, thank you, that's
Thanks for
great.
that.
But
I'm sorry, it was me.
But that made me excel so much more and try to make sure I had an education and make sure I had a well-paying job. I had to make sure that I had the intelligence, because she said that. So that actually always stuck with me. Your beauty will fade. You're not going to have that your whole life. Things will change in your life. And so as long as your beauty is there, you will have a job and you will be able to provide for yourself. And you know, so I thought that's a really good thing, actually. It's a backhanded compliment, but a compliment.
That's kind of how I
like
felt.
that.
Because when that guy told me that you're too pretty to work, I was like, oh, I'll show you. I don't need a man to pay my bills for me. And, you know, my goal then was to end up on TV, and here I am right now. So, thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Although I don't think I've ever been, I don't know, do you ever worry that you sometimes give those backhanded compliments, not necessarily meaning to?
I try not to, especially with younger interns and younger people that I work with. But I'm sure I've probably said something that affected them the way you affected that person. Like, you know, you do have to be really mindful of the feedback you give. You really do.
Very true.
It can make an unexpected landing.
Yeah. I feel like this is definitely a group where we watch our words. All right, but before we go to break, we wanted to talk to you, Melissa, about a new chapter of women's leadership organization called She Is Fierce.
Yes.
Love the name,
Thanks.
so tell us all about it.
Yeah, this is really awesome. Now, She Is Fierce started a couple of years ago in St. Augustine. A woman down there named Kelly Youngs founded it. It's a global community for women. There are 100,000 members across the country, and actually in 8 countries around the world now.
And she started it?
She did. And she was an intern here at First Coast News when I worked here, okay? Then she went on, she worked for CNN in New York, BBC in London. She had this amazing adventure overseas and came back to Florida and started She Is Fierce with the aim of lifting women up. And the whole point of She Is Fierce is for women to support each other and to provide inspiration and collaboration over competition. It's a really uplifting message. So she began this successful speaker series in St. Augustine that's drawn lots of women. It's sold out for 2 years straight. Now she's asked me to launch She is Fierce in Duval County because it's been doing so well in St. Johns County. So we're going to kick it off next Wednesday, July 12th at Moxie Kitchen with Marsha Oliver as our speaker. She's Mayor Lenny Curry's Chief Public Affairs spokeswoman. The Women's Giving Alliance is our nonprofit beneficiary. ViStar Credit Union has signed on as a sponsor, and so has Baptist Health, which I'm very excited about.
That's great.
Yay to ViStar and Baptist. And so this is going to be really empowering, I think, for a lot of women. The event sold out in 48 hours. We were just thrilled.
Holy cow.
So, but if you want to come to an upcoming meetup, we're going to have fall and winter and into 2018. So you just need to go to our website and get ready for that.
I think collaboration over competition is such a much needed message to push
Absolutely.
forward, especially in women. I love that. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be
excited.
fun.
Make sure you keep up for info.
It sounds a little bit like TEDx.
The speaker series is like TEDx. The speaker series is filmed, and if you go to the website sheisfiercehq.com, you can check out any of the Fierce talks. Kelly, actually, I was her very first speaker 2 years ago at the Treasury in St. Augustine. So, but after that, there many other women have spoke and given amazing talks. And so, you know, we're looking for more women to appear at upcoming meetups. So you might be surprised who we. You never know who we might ask. Maybe someone from the church.
Ooh, not this
Sounds like
one.
fun. How many are you expecting though at Moxie?
You know, it's going to be between 75 to 100 women.
That's a lot. Wow. That's great.
And yeah, and so what'll be fun about this too is after our initial at Moxie, we're going to be looking for some really unusual venues for some of these events because I think people are tired of going to the same place. I love Moxie Kitchen, and I'm glad we're there. But then for fall and winter, we're thinking, yeah, let's pick some venues that are a little fresh and exciting.
Outside the box.
Stay tuned.
So what's the website again?
It's sheisfiercehq.com.
Sheisfiercehq.com. Keep
great.
up with it. It sounds like
it's
a really great
wonderful.
series. All right, well, coming up next, keeping kids safe this summer around water. We talk with Dr. Kelly Wells about some programs that can help prevent drowning.